Hello, everybody. The audio engineer is the first one. Yeah, cool. Yeah, nice to have you in the chat room. Chris Mitchell, I see. I think we'll take a few minutes and a few more will pop up. I hope everybody is well. We release Prisma and it's doing well. People enjoy it. There was a little issue on the PC version, and what we mentioned in the newsletter is that it is important that you download the Explorer 9 and also the Explorer Legend Legacy installer, because then you have all the plugins which are used in Prisma, because it's also the case that it uses the original Sub-on Bass or Blade, so that makes that you can play all the presets. And it's the case our software is not huge on your computer. I think if you have installed everything on the PC, it's maybe 15 gigabyte or something like that. I think even less than that. And so we recently also updated the NKS versions of our software so that the OGG files, which play these little audio examples, are smaller in size. So I was playing one of my favorite Aeon Super Pad. I increased a little bit the release, and that's a very nice patch. I hit the pitch bend. So my idea was today to do a little bit more with Prisma, because what the cool thing is, with Prisma I can make the files which I would create today for you downloadable. So we have, of course, the new presets. One of the new one is this Aeon Super Pad, which uses Bluetooth 3 bit 2 twice to make this big, massive pad sound. Okay, so I'm checking the chat room. If anybody has a question, just let me know. And so let's go to doing something from scratch. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. User presets. I'm gonna be in a user preset bank. There I will say, I'll go here and then new preset, and let's call it May Visit 2024. Okay, I'm not gonna, so it's empty. I would start. My idea, maybe we should start with Blue 3, with something with FM synthesis. So we take Blue 3. I can open Blue 3 here. It opens the user interface. I can go here in the bank manager. Yeah, simply start with something. This is a pad sound. I wanted to have something with sequencing. Okay, let's go here. Sequence sounds. Nice. Okay. What I always do is then we could add it a little bit. So the funny thing is I can pick another instrument, and then I also could say in Blue 3, don't play on the first step, because then I could say, okay, let's use Predator 3. Why not Predator 3? Here goes Predator 3. And there we pick also an arpeggiator sound. Or we can scroll down. By the way, if you go down very much, you see a lot of banks. And every bank that starts with the number 1 are the original Predator presets. And you see there, oh, you know, maybe something from this here. Let's see. Okay. Nice. Oh, this one uses also stereo delay. I could shut down the stereo delay. FX filter, that's typically okay, well, it doesn't matter. I would take this preset. And because this one has D1, so let's make a build up using 3 things. Oh, go to X. I open go to X, and then I go to X to a sequence sound. Let me see. Baseline. That's already nice. So I shut down the delay on this one, and I still need to shut down the Blue 3. Now the Blue 3, I open it here, I go FX, shut down the delay, because the delay we can use from Prisma. So if I select here Prisma, I can say I could have a mono delay or an FX2, a stereo tape delay. So that I can use later on. But what I also want to do, because now it's maybe a bit too much for Blue 3, is simply to put a few steps off in Blue 3. And let's see what happens then. So I go back to the sequencer. Shut down step 1. Even step 4. Okay, not bad at all. So that one is, I made, so the sequence, if I would play it solo and I would shut down the other ones, you hit the note and it comes later, but the other sequences are, with their sequences have a start on the first step. So then it always. So what I do now is save it, save preset, because it's in between, because if you hit per accident maybe the wrong button, then suddenly your sound is gone. So it's always wise in between to save your preset if you're working on this one. Yeah, another thing I could do is listen to this one. I'm not sure. Nice. Maybe a little. Oh, could be. Number 5, maybe it's better with it. So what I do is simply then do a little few edits to see if I can blend in these 3 sounds a little bit more. Maybe with this one. It's not bad. So I would keep that one as it is. And then once we have this one, I also could say we could do some cool things with adding a reverb on number 3. So let me see what happens. is a bit too long. Nice. So that adds a little bit reverb. And we could have that in here in this control. Reverb. So we could say layer 1, this is the FX3 send, and maybe even a little bit to the Predator 3, although that one would be maybe nice with only a stereo delay. So we add stereo delay for the last fader, pick down layer 2, FX1 send, open it, and let's see. Hear it? So that's the delay. Maybe. So still can add it. So the okay, filters. Let's see if we can use the filters a little bit. Sometimes it jumps. That's one of the little nasty bugs it still has, that it jumps the parameters for some reason. And we are chasing this already from the very start, and hopefully there will be a day when we can beat this little bug. Yeah, working nicely. Now, and what we then can do here is then, for instance, what we should do here, less percussion. Oh, yeah. So the percussion is done by blue. So I could say from layer 1, control the volume and go down with the volume. Now, what is happening here in the sequencer of Blue 3, and that we still can change, is the sequence. You see, it's 16 steps. And, okay, when I play it, let me show you another thing. So I press solo, then you hear only the Blue 3. It always opens on the... Now, okay, so this is 16 steps, but I still can say make it end on 32 steps. And what I can do down here in the commands is copy sequence 1 to 16 to 70 to 32. So then it plays 32 steps. And I can change here the this sound. This is the normal view, but you hear the sample changes. So here I could set a different waveform. Open hi-hat, I could say, oh, throw me there something else. Hear that now, here? That is nice. Okay, now I go. So I make a little bit more variations so that it doesn't have this repeating thing. let's see. This one is very nice. I'm very happy with this one. Do you like it, guys? May visit 2024. Save preset. So I'm going to make this one available for you. I'm saving it now. And of course, I need to give it a category. So this one is percussion, sequence. It's monophonic. Best is played monophonic. Yeah, percussive. Synced. Yeah. So, and then I save again the preset. This menu is a little bit different from the other products because we use a different software for creating Prisma. So this is a very nice one. The last thing I need to check is if the volume is okay, if it's not too loud compared to the other ones. Oh, it's a little bit loud. This is better. Okay, I see a question, a good question, Johan. You see high quality reverb. And if I go to the FX part, it's the case that we had the reverb before, but then we had the high quality reverb. Because of the, is there still the older one? Oh no, it's not inside of it. I think we called it high quality reverb because it's high quality, but it's the same code which we use in all our latest release. So it's the same reverb code which you will discover in Predator 3, Blue 3, Bit 2, even Bit 1, and many of the other recent plugins. So it's the same algorithm, and for some reason we call it high quality reverb, because maybe people would think, oh, the reverb, that will not be okay maybe in this one, but it is high quality. So, okay, let me see the rest of the chat room. Everybody, welcome. So today, another Prisma session. I thought, yeah, because I can make these presets available for you if you have your Prisma installed already, this latest version. If you click on the back panel, it's version 1.6. We have a little bit different program position for the plugins. So that's why we added in the newsletter that it is important that if you have the Explorer 9 to run the Explorer 9 again, and also the legacy installer, because the legacy installer does install the older punch, the older blade, the older 7 bass, which are very often used in Prisma. So if I go here, let's say to StepSynth, which is one of the folders and presets. Yeah, you see this one uses raw, and the original Predator, the Predator 1, which is essentially already also in the Explorer, but that one uses then Okay, let me see what this one is. Raw Predator. I'm looking for one which is, this one uses the go-to. So it's a dirty Dutch lead. But yeah, also these super pads. Oh, motion picture. That motion picture very often has the original punch. Yeah, here you see it's the original punch 1. In this case, pretty small. This is a small version because my screen is pretty big. So it's using punch. Blue 2. And Blue 2 is in the legacy installer of Explorer 9. And you see, if you go to the layer, you also see that if you click on the keyboard layout, okay, that's, by the way, one idea I had about these buttons, to have them not in each layer, but so you see here, layer layout, so that it will be only one. But that's a brain thought by me. So you see here with punch, the keyboard layout is the punch mode, which means that each note triggers one of the grooves instead of playing these solo drum sounds. So that makes that you can use the grooves produced in punch, you can use that in Prisma. So that's great coding by Sidejack, or Mac programmer, who is also the programmer for Prisma. And you can even set a velocity switch. You see, break 3 only responds if you play above the velocity setting 103. So if I play softer, okay. Graham, still sounds nice, Rob. Yes, sure. Thank you. In the past, my grandmother looks at the live stream too. Oh, that's interesting. She plays keyboard or is also a musician, Pascal, in every session. Yeah. Well, it's sometimes I have the impression that that there are far more views than everything is shown, because my channel is not monetized. So in the early days of YouTube, you did not get any advertising, but now on each YouTube video, if you look to a tutorial of, let's say, Bit2, it always starts with a advertising at the start. So lucky enough, not yet in the middle, but I don't get anything of it. It's just YouTube does say, okay, you use YouTube to promote your products. We're gonna like to make some money, so we will place some advertising in your YouTube channel. So my YouTube channel is not monetized. It's as they say it. Okay, I'm checking the chat room if there's any question. I have read an article, Rob Papen products go 25 years. Not sure what it means. Yeah, the Rob Papen brand as a sound designer brand, with virtual instruments. It all started in 1997, so in the in the last century. Oh, that sounds very old. But that's now in June. We are, the company is around 27 years. Yes. Yeah. In every session. Great. Okay, so about Prisma, question about Prisma, the layer block free MIDI controllers layer 1. Okay, these are particular range of controllers which might mess up things. I need to rethink about it, what it was again. Block-free MIDI controllers. Oh, yes, I know. If you MIDI latch, for instance, with a dial, you can MIDI latch, and then you can say that the other don't use it or don't respond to it. Or it is about the parameters which are here. If they, maybe you MIDI latch parameters, and then they would respond down here. So, but I need to ask it again. I'm not 100% sure about that. Johan, good question, but most likely it will be that if you have MIDI latched an instrument, so we can see if we can do a trick with that. So if I have here a MIDI dial, let's see if that one does response here. A latch to MIDI. No, no response. Latch to MIDI again. No, that doesn't do anything. So that's not the case. I'm not sure. Maybe it's on this one. Aha, latch to MIDI. Yeah, there I can latch. Okay, so that one. These can be MIDI latch, so the plugin themselves cannot be MIDI latch anymore. I go back to the back panel and then block free MIDI controllers layer 1. And let's see what happens if it then still, yeah, it still moves. Good question. I need to look it up. I totally forgot. And it's due to my age, Johan. I cannot help that. Okay, so that's possible. You see, it turns green. So, as you can see, we have some MIDI latch to MIDI. Oh, that one turns red. Okay, interesting. No, oh no, that one goes. Oh, I turned the wrong one. Stupid me. So it starts to get the Hulk sound inside Fader 2. Cool. The Hulk is inside Prisma on Latch MIDI. Yeah, so yeah, some people ask why is it not possible to load other brand instruments inside of it. For that, I would, guys, advise you Unify, which is a very great program which has far more features, and you can load in effects. You can load in every brand plugin. This one, Prisma, is purely focused on our own instruments. So if you say, okay, I want to layer sounds, just like you do in Prisma, with all the synthesizers, the virtual synthesizers you own, then yeah, check out Unify. What about a keyboard that runs all the RPVST plugins? This is another question. Yeah, it could be very expensive, I think, if you would have then a controller on board. The R converter would be very expensive. And I don't have the management time for it. Yeah, Reason, you also have the option to stack with the combinator. You can do all kind of combinations as well in Reason. So that's a little bit Reason type of combination thing, similar to Prisma. But Stephen, in Reason, if you have a combinator setup, can you also save the combinator as a separate preset, or is it connected to a song in Reason? That will be my question, of course. Okay, let's make another one. So shall we? User preset May Visit 2024. That's the preset which I just created, guys. For the ones which are a little bit later, we are talking about Prisma. It has been released. I played at the start from the live stream a very nice pet sound, but I thought, yeah, why not make a preset on the fly, which you can download. And if you not download yet Prisma, please download it. If you're not updated your Prisma yet, it's version 1.06. And for the PC users, please download also then again the Explore 9, because otherwise Prisma cannot find all the data it needs. So this one we created. Let's see how it happens with the beat. I have a beat here. Nice. Okay, Stevens. Okay. So you don't, I mostly save it in a song. Yeah, I mean, that's the advantage of Prisma, is that, yeah, you make a nice combination and you can load it in any song. So, okay, let's make a new one. New preset. The, chat around. I call this one chat around. It loads albino 3 as mentioned. Let's do something with albino 3. I open here the user interface. We can pick here a different sound. I would go again for percussion sequence combination. So let's combine something with let me see what we have here. Sequence sounds. Okay. Here it's the bang, so it's a little bit different from what the other sounds like a MS-10. Oh, okay, it's not always the arpeggiator. Okay. Let me see. Okay, let's take this one. Shut off the arpeggiate or the... Now here you cannot switch a step off. The step off is when you do the velocity 0. You see, then it's off. Okay, well, let's keep this one, and then we go to X, which is one of the latest releases we have. We can pick there also a sequence sound. So, we had, of course, some great presets. Look, from Klangwelt, he also had some cool. No, it's a pet sound. We need a sequence sound. Of course, I search category. I could look here into ARP sequence in Klangwelt. I need to go. Okay, shut down the delay because I'm going to use a delay from Prisma. Okay, I think it's cool as it is. So, filters, let's see if we can address the filters, layer. Then I need to see, because with the albino 3, each filter has its own cutoff. So this one is a silk filter used in the parameter list. Then I need to pick from layer 1 the silk filter cutoff, and also silk filter cutoff on the second filter. Okay, then I need to go to X. Layer 2 is go to X, filter frequency. Okay, that's nice. Then what I could control, well, let me see, what will be cool is the decay release. Could be cool. Decay and release. Okay, so let me see if we can layer 1 decay, the amp decay, also from layer 1, the amp release, from layer 2, the amp decay, and from layer 2 also the amp release. So we can go two ways. Make it shorter. I would say let's make it shorter. So I go here, just see what happens, guys. Looking forward. Okay, layer 2 doesn't go shorter, but I think I know the reason. Yeah, it has sustain. So I pull down the sustain from Go to X, and then aha. Okay, now I need to chat around. Save preset. Yes. Then I go to the next stage, which would be, what could I do? Yeah. Reverb and delay. Of course, it's then in this case not in serial, but just next to each other, parallel. We have then the reverb, layer 1, FX1 sound, layer 2, FX1 sound, layer 1, FX2 sound. So FX2 will be the delay. I throw it open, go max, FX sound, that's good, that's good. Yes, of course I need to pick the FX, so stereo delay. Oh no, that one should be the reverb, and the other one should be stereo delay. Let's see what happens. Isn't that a cool sound? So this is polyphonic because it uses chord mode. Save preset. So this one is chat around. So because you chat around in the chat room. That's why I thought let's call it chat around. Now the only thing I need to check then is of course the tagging. So I set categories. This is sequence, chord mode, so percussive, synced, polyphonic, bright sounding, percussive. Yeah. That will be it. Save preset. So you see, I can go days with this. And of course, that's also something you can do. Simply combine presets, and at the very last moment, you address the parameters and you run into many interesting sounds. So let me play this with a beat. What you also can do is simply MIDI latch this one. Latch to MIDI. Haha. Then, yeah, here we go. cool, isn't it? So that's why it turns green, not because it's the Hulk, but because it's MIDI latch. And so it's on the right mouse menu, latch to MIDI, unlatch MIDI. So 2 presets created today are ready for you guys. Let's see what pops up in the chat room. Maybe I'm missing something. So I'll make these presets available. These are 2 sequence sounds. So if I was you, I would copy them over to the I would put them in the I think the classic stacks. Once we update again Prisma, you will find them back in the classic stacks. But now, for now, I have them in the user presets. You need chat around and May visit 2024. Okay, let me see the chat room if I missed something. Does Prisma have an XY pattern? No, it doesn't have. But if you have a preset or a synth that has an XY, like this one here, Blue 3, you can address it. So if I go in the list here, you can see layer 1, X and Y. So you can use the faders to control the XY or the XY speed. So in the easy parameters, it's addressable. What is your most used order in reverb before delay or the other side around? DJH production question is what I personally mostly do. Let me see. I think in bit we have a little bit the answer of what I prefer in general for having this connection. I think it's so let me check it out. Okay. Reverb. Okay, I think it's first the delay and then into the reverb. The reason is because the other way around is sounding different. So I always take first the delay and then the reverb, because if you then start delaying the reverb, that sounds a bit, yeah, not always bad, but it's less practical. So if I can, what I can do is simply take this sound here. It's a good question, and go to the mixer. And here I can select then, let's say, to make it easy, del sane, ref sane. And I can have then delay, stereo delay. I would have then del sane. So here you see. So let me see what happens. So now first it goes in the, so then it goes first in the reverb and then into the delay. Let me see what I have in terms of editing. Yeah, the wet dry is good, and then in del sane it's also good. So then the if you have the delay after the reverb, it delays the reverb sound, and delay into reverb is far more natural in sound. So if what I can do here is drag and drop downwards, so then we have first del sane and then ref sane. So the order is different here. Or not really. It's both insert. Oh, I'm doing something wrong here, guys. I always thought it was after each other, but that's not the case. I think it's, or is it? Oh, yes, it is. Because the first goes into... Now I have a brain fart. An original Dutch brain fart. So that's first in Dulcane. Now I'll do it the other way around. So I'm, oops. Again. Okay, let's... I can hardly hear the difference. It's very minimal. Maybe it's down to my settings. But in general, I first do delay and then reverb instead of the other way around. But it could be practical in sound, not that much of a difference. In my way of thinking, it's a little bit more logic, because then the delay goes into the reverb instead of the delay doing a delay on the reverb, which also could be interesting. So yeah, it's not really answering, I think. Okay, so let's go back to Prisma. So that's a little bit of a, maybe next week I know a little bit of an answer on that question. Okay. Are you going to develop Prisma to have a lot more editing functionality, Rob? In which way? Because, yeah, essentially it's text-to-4 synthesizers. And each layer, if you go to layer here, the blue 3, the easy edit is something you also can change yourself, because this is the layout I picked for it. But if you want to change here and you pick a totally different other parameter, you see it's a long list with a lot of open spots, which gives Jon the option to do, here you can pick something else. If you want to have oscillator 6 drift, you can have it here. So I picked a default setup. So if you go to the easy edit page, the letters, you can click default layout, and then it goes back to the default. So you can edit everything in the synthesizer, because all the parameters of Blue 3 are available in this if you click here. And that's a long list with Blue 3, I can promise you. So so editing the synths which you use, you're totally free. In the FX section, there we could maybe say, okay, let's do also a serial FX. Now it's the case like a mixer, you have 4 FX and you have your FX send. So it's not possible to have a first delay going into reverb, because it's all parallel mode. So that could be an option. But what we are working on is some little things in the layout. We're going to have a keyboard below it in the standalone version is planned. And also here in the layers, the keyboard layout, if you see it here, we also want to have a small keyboard here where you can see your split points, but you can also make split points. So I think in general, yeah, another idea would be, instead of the multi-control page, also an XY pad where you can go between the 4 layers. But there is plenty to play around. That's indeed... Okay, Jon, I dropped. Maybe you can create the FX in Cubase as a single tracks and then do the inserts. Yeah, doing it. It's more in the sound, I think. So, so in normal, the order would be what we use. Then, for instance, in bit 2, it first you can combine delay and reverb. I think it first goes into the delay and then the reverb, which is to me a more logical way. Okay, guys, another hour went past. I will end again with my super pad, the Ion super pad. Go out and with this nice patch playing. I changed a little bit to release. So in a few minutes, you can download the Prisma presets, the 2 presets I created, and drag and drop them to the location I will write down in the info section in YouTube, or where you can, how you can do that. Give the video a thumbs up, and thanks for watching. And we go out with this little big pad sound.